Now that the plasterwork is substantially complete, we'll be ready for coloring the plaster with acrylic paints. As you can see, the rockwork is looking pretty good. It's given a lot of texture. The gorge with the castings for the various ledges that will have cascading waterfalls is fairly complete. We'll be doing some detail edging in that before we do any casting resin for the water. Trestle is in place and nicely fitted in with rockwork, and we got rockwork on both sides of the track, so we have a nice rock cut. See, lots of texture. And as we go around, that'll all be filled with trees, and we go around to the Howe Truss Bridge that will have a road coming underneath it from the abandoned coke ovens and the future sawmill. My intent is to have both a rock cut as well as a tree cut. So I want to fill this area with a lot of pines, and the track will go through a cut through the pines. But at this time it's quite obvious that the distant scenery doesn't lend itself to a lot of pines. So I'm going to have to paint some foreground pines in the background so that we have that transition from the edge of the plain and those low hills coming forward into an area that will have all the pines installed. One of the reasons I want to do this is it gives a lot of dimension, and you'll see later on, once the trees are in place, by having trees behind the track, trees in front of the track, you gain a lot of dimension and a little more drama with the railroad. The rock cut, of course, has its own drama with the texture that's there. The road will come from those coke ovens in the background and the future sawmill. It'll come across the background and come underneath the Howe Truss Bridge, and there'll be a road coming down in the foreground here, coming towards the front of the layout, and we might have a structure or two buried in the trees to give it a little bit more interest. You can see the texture now with the various rocks that are supporting the roadbed above. Got a nice texture there ready for coloring. What I'd like to try and do here is put a lot of trees in here, and that will require a little bit more background painting, putting some more trees in the background so that scenery goes way off in the distance, and the trees will come along through the side here. And in so doing, I'll have masses of trees on both sides of the track, with the intention that the track is running through a cut through the trees, the same as this is basically going to go as a cut through the rockwork.